Let's just say the quiet part out loud, or maybe you've been screaming it in your car. People suck. They're annoying. They're rude. They comment on your body like it's community property. They're late. They don't text back. They drive slow in the left lane like they're on a Sunday scenic tour. They breathe too loud, and somehow they always pick the slowest checkout line. Quick question. Who just popped into your head? Yeah, them. If you've ever caught yourself thinking, why does everyone suck? Or why can't people just be normal? Congratulations, you have a fully functioning human brain. But here's the plot twist you're not going to like. Other people are not the reason you're frustrated. This is the moment most people get stuck. They understand this intellectually, but they don't know how to apply it in real life, especially with family, partners, or coworkers. Which is why I built my Stop Trying to Control People and Start Setting Boundaries course, to show you how to stop spiraling and actually hold emotional boundaries without guilt, drama, or blowing up relationships. I know. Deep sigh. Cue the eye roll. Stay with me anyway. What's actually creating your frustration, resentment, anxiety, and those 2 a.m. mental replays isn't them. It's your thoughts about what they say and do. Be honest. How often do you replay something someone said, long after they've completely forgotten it? And before your brain jumps in with, okay, but this person actually sucks? I get it. But this shift I'm about to walk you through, it's the difference between living irritated and walking around feeling like you're one comment away from a meltdown and living free. By the end of this video, you'll know how to turn other people's annoying behavior into your mindset superpower. Most people will never learn this and they'll stay stuck. You don't want to be them. Let's go. The story we've all been telling ourselves. Most of us walk around with a running list that sounds like this. If only people would just change, I'd feel better. If only my spouse were more supportive. If only my mom would stop with the weight comments. If only my coworker weren't such a monumental pain in my ass. If only my friend would show up on time just once. If only strangers knew how to behave in public spaces. Sound familiar? Or did your brain just go, yep, all of the above plus 3 more? Here's what we've been taught. Our feelings are caused by other people. They said the thing. They did the thing. They didn't do the thing. So of course they're the reason we're upset, right? Wrong. Here's the uncomfortable truth bomb. If other people control how you feel, how much power do you actually have? 0. And that belief, that's what keeps you stuck in this exhausting cycle where you're constantly at the mercy of everyone else's choices. Your real superpower isn't getting people to change. It's realizing you control your reactions, not them. The blame game. When we move through life blaming everyone and everything for how we feel, we are stuck in emotional childhood. It sounds like, you made me feel this way. Think about a toddler who falls down. They look up at mom like, am I okay? Is this a big deal? Should I cry? As kids, that makes sense. We're wired to look outside ourselves for cues on how to feel and how to survive a big, confusing world. But, reality check, you're not 5 anymore. So why are you still doing that? When you're stuck in emotional childhood, you blame your spouse, your kids, your boss, the scale traffic, the weather. Your mother-in-law's comments, everything is happening to you. And notice this, how heavy does life feel when everything is happening to you instead of from you? The cost? Constant frustration, resentment that builds like plaque, feeling reactive like a human ping pong ball. Feeling completely drained by 2 p.m. sound exhausting? That's because it is. If you're realizing, wow, I've been emotionally exhausted for years, you're not broken. You were just never taught boundaries that actually work. Inside my boundaries course, I walk you step by step through how to stop reacting, stop over-explaining, and stop feeling responsible for other people's emotions. The big upgrade. Here's what emotional adulthood sounds like. My feelings come from my thoughts, and my thoughts are always optional. Let that land for a second. What would change for you if you actually believed that? No one can make you feel offended, guilty, frustrated, or insecure. Not even the most irritating person in your life, not even that person you thought of earlier. Their words and actions? Neutral. Your brain adds the meaning. Now, this doesn't mean people aren't rude, inappropriate, or clueless. They absolutely are. It means you decide how much emotional authority they get over you. So, real talk, who's been running your emotional life lately? And do they even deserve that job? That's the power move. Now here's where this gets interesting. I'm going to show you the one word that's secretly keeping you stuck in this pattern. Once you hear it, you'll catch yourself doing it constantly. Listen for the red flag word. Here's a huge clue you're sliding back into emotional childhood. Listen for this word. Should. My spouse should know what I need without me saying it. My friend should text me back right away. My coworker shouldn't be so annoying. My mom should stop commenting on my body. People should stop offering me wine when I say no. Be honest, how many of these are living rent-free in your head right now? Every should is a judgment, and every judgment is you arguing with reality. Here's the irony. You don't want people shoulding on you, telling you how you should eat, drink, look, or live, and yet we turn around and do it to everyone else. And when people inevitably fall short of our invisible rule book that they never signed up for, guess who pays the price? You do. Resentment, bitterness, being triggered by literally everything, feeling drained, all because people keep failing rules they never agreed to follow. Okay, if you've been hate watching up to this point, this is where it all clicks, and I've got a game-changing reframe coming at the end that you can actually use this week. The antidote, people are gonna people. This is where things get lighter and where your life actually changes. What if you just let people be exactly who they are? What if your friend gets to drink too much? What if your mom gets to be mom and critique your outfit? What if your colleague gets to be loud and complain? What if your sister gets to be perpetually late? What if you stopped needing people to be different in order for you to be okay? This is not approval. This is not excusing bad behavior. This is acceptance. And acceptance gives you your energy back. When you stop trying to manage other people, you stop exhausting yourself. And then comes the best part. You get to choose your own thoughts. You get to choose your reactions. You get to decide how you show up. That's emotional adulthood. Let's talk about the sneaky cost most people never connect. When you walk around thinking people suck, it doesn't just affect how you feel about them, it affects how you show up everywhere. When you believe people are annoying by default, you brace before conversations. You go in guarded, you expect friction, you're already irritated before anything even happens. Quick gut check. How often do you walk into situations already pre-annoyed? And here's the kicker, people respond to the energy you bring without even realizing it. So the thought, people suck, becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, not because people changed, but because you did. And now the irony is, now you kind of suck too. Before we get to that simple reframe I promised you, the one that takes 10 seconds and works on even the most irritating people, you need to understand this first or the reframe won't work. The moment you take your power back, here's where the real shift happens. The moment you say, this is my thought, they ruined my day, they made me feel this way, they always do this, but I'm having a thought about this person and I don't have to keep it. That moment, that's when irritation turns into neutrality. That's when resentment loosens its grip. That's when you stop leaking energy all over the place. And no, this doesn't mean you suddenly like everyone. Let's be clear, emotional adulthood does not require liking people. It requires not letting them hijack your nervous system. Okay, here it is, the simple reframe I promised you. Try this the next time someone annoys you. Instead of, ugh, people suck, Try, of course they're doing that. That's who they are. Notice the difference? One creates tension, the other creates space. You're not excusing behavior. You're removing the fight with reality. And once you do that, you're free to choose what you think next, how much energy you give. Whether this even matters, that's the upgrades. Drop a comment and let me know who popped into your head at the beginning. Don't worry, I won't tell. If this video hit a nerve, don't stop here. Click the link below and join Stop Trying to Control People and start setting boundaries. You don't need fixing, you just need boundaries that actually work.